Danny Gilfillan for Boxing News. Delighted to be joined by promoter Kalle Sauerland here in Manchester, where we've just saw another crazy Misfits weigh-in, another crazy fight week.
Different. I mean, there definitely can't be any talk of all these just influencers who sort of having a bit of beef. I mean, these are sort of UFC Hall of Famers, with 16 security guards, and it's been going off all week. I don't know what's happened because, it was Darren Till at the first press conference. It was a bit heated, but it was for Misfits levels quite respectful, and it's just absolutely something's happened in the background. I don't know what it is, but there's something that's definitely happened in the background that sparks emotions on both sides, and we've had a job keeping them apart at the private weigh-in this morning, and obviously you've seen what happened at the press conference yesterday and today, and unfortunately we couldn't get that full face-off in, but don't need to wait long now. Live on DAZN tomorrow night, Darren Till takes on the UFC champ Luke Rockhold.
Kalle, a fight I want to talk to you about, which is actually sort of transferred over into the hardcore boxing sphere, is Sean Hempel against Ty Mitchell. Sean Hempel coming off a really good win against Mark Jeffers, who's sort of thought of as one of the most underrated fighters in Britain. So people saying on the face of it, this is quite a strange fight for Ty to take.
Yeah, not really, because he's no spring chicken, Ty. For one reason or another, he's had a later start to his prime pro career. He knows that he hasn't got the time to mess about with build-up fights. So this is obviously a fight that you'd normally take much later in your career. He's doing it the fast track. He wins this fight. I'd like to see him in against, I don't know, I'd like to try and make a Lyndon Arthur fight, a Liam Cameron fight. I think those are fights that people will want to see, and it's a fight also that Ty will need to go through to get to the world level. It's as simple as that. So there's no messing about here. He's got to get. He's a 4-1 underdog, which I find is a quite. There must be American bookies, but those are quite wide odds. Exciting time. What's the other guy? Number 14 WBA Intercontinental champ. Exciting stuff. Yeah, I'll tell you who else to look out on the pro side of things. Amir Anderson. We've got Jayon Ingram. His opponent, I think, is a bit of a journeyman, but Amir Anderson. Yes, he's going to have a little bit of his first test. 10-time national champion, US champion. Very, very exciting talent. Jayon Ingram as well, but really exciting. So Misfits Pro signed some really interesting US talent, up-and-coming talent. So it's a space to watch.
Kalle, you mentioned the bookies there. The odds have come in on Jack Bateson, Conlan.
Yeah.
How much of a banana skin is this for Jack Bateson? I think Bateson's 6-4, and I think he started off over 2-1.
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, odds, no odds. When it's Ireland versus England, bookies' form goes out the window. When you've got that atmosphere we're going to have next Friday, don't forget Friday night, live on Channel 5, live and free on Channel 5. The atmosphere, so excited for it. It's the first time ever Mick Conlan's headline in Dublin. It's the first time he's fought in Dublin as a pro. So it's going to be a special night. 12 fights in total. So Nis has put on one of his marathon cards again. If you love sitting there for 6 hours, it's fantastic. I'm getting a bit older. I need to stand up and stretch the old back. But I do enjoy him. He puts together some great cards, and it's a terrific card. Lots of Wasserman talent on there. Obviously Charlie Edwards returning. And then you've got Dan Toward's on, Cody Smith, Ben Marksby, and a lot of them are matched sort of Irish talent match. I haven't seen much of some of the Irish talent. I'm looking forward to that as well. But come on, look, that main event, that atmosphere, we got some nice entertainment planned for it as well. It's going to be the tickets are gold dust over there, so it's going to be a real cauldron in the Irish capital at the 3 Arena.
Not to overlook Jack Bateson for 1 second, but Mick is your fighter. He is the marginal favourite. With talk of a rematch between Lee Wood and Josh Warrington, what do you think, should he come through, Jack Bateson, is the logical next step for Mick? He still wants to become a world champion. Is that a route you look to go down?
The fight that he's always said since we first started talking about signing him. In fact, I think he was even before he even talked about it. It was when he was elsewhere. Always been very friendly and close. Was the Lee Wood fight. You know, that's the one that he felt got away from him, and you know, that's the one he wants to put right. I'd say let's get through Bates, and we're obviously looking at options in the background. You know, but he can definitely be out again this year, of course.
Last thing I want to talk to you about, Kalle. Bakhram Murtazaliev, Josh Kelly, where are we? We saw
finally there, finally ordered. The IBF has ordered it. So yeah, we're in positive discussions with the other side. A few different options of how it and where it could take place. Bit early still to tell you that. If I see you in Dublin next week, I'll have a big update for you. But finally, Josh Kelly's moment to sort of seize the stage. Very, very excited about that. Yeah, it's one that I really want to get over the line. I want to see him with that belt round his waist. He's been through hell as a kid, and he's really done well. And you know, I'd love him to become a world champion. And I fully believe he can do it.
Amongst the hardcore boxing fans, Bakhram Murtazaliev is known as very much a boogeyman. For those who maybe don't know, your casual fan who might be watching this, tell us about this guy and how monumental a win it would be if Josh Kelly can pull it off.
Listen, he's got what, you know, the Murtazaliev, alone the name, you know straight away is tough Russian. It's just, and that's really what it is. He's an absolute, you know, you can look at his record, travels well. You know, he went to Germany, got the result over Jack Kulkai world title. This guy is as tough as they come. So it's not an easy fight, but at the same time, you know, Josh had agreed the Ennis Boots fight. That didn't happen. 48 hours later, we get the call from the IBF that we're mandatory. So, as George Groves once famously said, everything for a reason. Yeah.
Cal, we look forward to it. Are you confident to go on?
Abass. We've got to talk about
Absolutely, Abass. What a win against Tellez. Talk about odds, 6, 7, 8 to 1 underdog.
It was 8 to 1 underdog. Working together since his amateur days. You know, been through so much together, and absolutely delighted that you know, he got the win over Tellez. 8 to 1 underdog, interim world champion, WBA. I think that will be the full world title as well, because I think Charlo, yeah, exactly, and Charlo, they've called for Charlo. I don't think the weights.
Charlo, has he been sort of preemptively ordered?
Yeah, he's preemptively ordered, so Charlo was ordered, but I don't think the weight is going to work. That's what I'm hearing, but let's see. A great fight for us if we get Charlo, brilliant. But so I think, you know, we got a new world champion with him. That's great. I would say, if you haven't seen it, go to DAZN, have a look at Abass versus Tellez. That 12th round is, I'll never say that's got to be the round of the year. That would be, you know, there's so many great rounds, but it is definitely up there with one of the best rounds you'll see this year. Phenomenal round. It sums up a little bit of Abass's career for me. He's been down, he's been frustrated, you know, but he's moved abroad away from his family, all this, and you know, that's what you want to see in the pro game. You know, you want to see those stories, and it's a real rocky story, and absolutely delighted for him.
Absolutely.
Get that in.
Yeah, you're right, you reminded me.
Talk about UK fights, but Abass. And he's been fought in the UK, a great fight with Eggington, yeah. So yeah, good to see you.
Exciting times for Abass in a red hot division. Cal, thank you for speaking to Boxing News. Enjoy the rest of the weekend in Manchester.